Alright, this is another everyday guide review. Today I'll be reviewing the Uniball Jetstream writing pen, ballpoint pen, or whatever kind of pen you'd like to call it. I got this the other day because I read a lot of good reviews about it online. I'm just about to go back to school for another degree, and I decided I need to, at least in my opinion, I wanted to invest in a good pen for writing because I'll be going to law school, and for those of you who've been to law school or know about law school, there is definitely a lot of reading and writing. And so I wanted to get a pen that was comfortable, easy to write with, and that wrote very well for school. So I was reading a lot of good reviews about this pen. I went ahead and bought it. It came in very quickly through Japan Post, got it all the way from Japan. And I have to say, I've bought a lot of products online from all over the world, primarily China, in this case Japan. Some have come from the UK, etc. And Japan has some of the best packaging, at least. They're the most honest that I've seen so far. Majority of the time, this is just a side note, majority of the time when I order a product from overseas, they usually import it as a gift. And you may see here that the sender of this product actually said it's merchandise. This is one of the first times I've ever seen that, because they usually try to pass it off as a gift for whatever reason. I don't know the import tax rules or anything like that right now, but in this case they were honest about that. So that kind of surprised me. I know it sounds weird, but most of the time I see them mark it as a gift, and that was the first time I've seen it in a long time ever marked as merchandise. So I am proud of the sender, or whoever sent this pen, for that fact. They also packaged it very well in this bubble wrap, perfectly, very well packaged, and so that the pen was not damaged at all. The packaging, which usually gets bent at the sides, not damaged whatsoever. So the sender, which is Sankyo Incorporated, SANKYUINC Incorporated. If you do buy anything from them, I do recommend them. I think they have a good product. Well, I don't know about the product yet, but they've got good packaging and they seem to be honest people, so I recommend them for purchasing products from. So now let's get to the product itself. I'm going to see how easy it is to open up this package. Okay, well that was incredibly easy for the most part. It looks like there may be a piece of tape here, and yes, actually there is. But I'm too lazy to get a knife, so I'm just going to try to get it out to the side. See, just because I'm lazy doesn't mean it doesn't work. So, got the package. That only took a few seconds, so easy to get out of the package. Everything on this packaging is in Japanese. Unfortunately, I could only tell you a couple words, not much, and I don't speak Japanese very fluently at all. So I'm going to go straight to the pen. The pen itself has a sort of like a rubber gel type grip, and feels alright. I mean, nothing special to me yet. It's kind of soft. I'm sure after writing for a long time it may be more noticeable. And when this is at 0.7 millimeters, which for me, I always write in either 0.5 or 0.7. And so we'll go ahead and test this. This is I'm going to put Uniball Jetstream. Now my handwriting is atrocious, and so this is just an example of the writing quality. It seems to write fine. I'll put it closer in just a second, but I'm going to compare it with two other pens that I've used in the past, and which I've liked. I like these pens quite a lot. One is the Pilot G-2 7mm version. Again, another 7mm, so I'll put Pilot. Now right off the top, actually the Pilot writes very smooth. I'll have to test the Uniball Jetstream again, but I really like this Pilot G-2. Now the reason why I don't just, you might be asking, why buy a brand new pen if you already like the Pilot G-2? I like the Pilot G-2 a lot when you're writing occasionally, but if you're going to be writing for hours, or if you're in a class for an hour and a half writing notes, the grip does quite, wear away on your skin, and it can leave a blister if you do a lot of writing, which I do when I'm in school. So, but the writing quality is incredible. In fact, I know this is a review for the Uniball Jetstream, but if you do need a pen and you don't want to buy it all the way from Japan, this Pilot G2 is perfectly good. In fact, that's smooth. When I show you the writing closer to the camera in a second, you'll notice it writes perfectly well. I highly recommend this. This is the, again, Pilot G2 7mm. Very good pen. Next up, what I think is a better pen, but I guess we're going to test it with the others, is the Uniball Signo Micro 207. So this is, again, a supposed to be small pen or ink, and it's the Uniball Signo. So we'll write that one here as well. Now this, I believe, must be 0.5 millimeters. Uniball Signo. Now that one also writes incredibly well. Now all of these, the Uniball Jetstream, Pilot G2, and Uniball Signo, I would recommend any of these in a heartbeat compared to the average everyday ballpoint pen, the cheap ones. The last two I just tested, Pilot G2, Uniball Signo, they write smooth as can be, like butter, as some people might say. It writes incredibly smooth. I recommend either one of those. I'm going to test out this Uniball Jetstream again. Now, in my opinion, the tip, even though it's supposed to be 0.7, I feel it just feels a little bit thicker for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the bulkiness of the pen itself. I feel that the pen is a little bit bulky. That may just be a personal thing. Let's see. I'll test it again anyway. So, yeah, I always have trouble with that first U on this Jetstream. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I just gotta get used to it. Maybe I've got to start using this this gel more. It does. Yeah, okay. Maybe my positioning was just wrong. That's terrible. No, I hate to say it, but I don't recommend this pen. It's not worth it. This pen is more expensive than these other two. These other two, you can buy a full package for less than $10. You can get a big package of the Pilot G2 for about $10. A big package like 12 pens or so, but definitely more than one for about $10. And it writes amazingly well. I highly recommend it. I think it works really well. It's kind of hard on your skin after an hour or two of writing, but if you don't do an hour or two of writing, then you should be perfectly fine. I know this is supposed to be a review for the Uniball Jetstream from Japan, but just after writing one or two, little lines, this is not very comfortable. I can't imagine myself writing for an hour and a half with this. I can barely write for a second with this. So this is a no. I would not recommend this Uniball Jetstream pen. If you are still interested in trying this, they come in 3 different colors: black, pink, and silver. I got the silver because it was just cheaper at the time, but they should be of the same quality. But again, I do not recommend this pen. Instead, if you are looking for a pen, stick with the Pilot G2. See if that will focus. Maybe not. Okay, just take my word for it. It's a Pilot G2. Or you could go, if you want a slightly smaller, actually it looks about the same, Uniball Signo. They both write amazingly well. They're both great. Uniball Signo, Pilot G2. I recommend going with whichever one's cheaper. But in conclusion, the Uniball Jetstream, I don't know what the other reviews were talking about, but this is not so good. I will keep trying it. When I go to school, I'll take all 3 pens with me, and I will give this an honest effort try in class, and try to give you an update in the description below if there's anything changes. But as of now, as of this review, I again do not recommend this pen. Find something better. Get the Pilot G2, get the Uniball Signo, but don't get this pen. It's not so good. Okay, well that concludes this review. I hope you found it helpful. my recommendation. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, take care.